How about now, guys? Are we good? How about now, guys? Are we good? Oops. Are we good? Are we good? Check, check, check. How about now? There we go. That looks live. Everybody, can I get a round of applause for my technical savvy? All right, what's happening, guys? Happy Friday. No pirate hat yet. Still working on that one of these days. But what's happening? Welcome, welcome. Good. Looks like good audio. Looks like good audio all around. Fantastic. Well, what's happening, guys? Happy Friday. Welcome, welcome. You are here with the Cryptosomniacs, and I hope you guys have been enjoying the beautiful green candles that we have seen over the last couple of days. I know we've all been waiting to see, is this for sure bullish market sentiment that's going to be sticking around? And I am hopeful, but you know, we'll jump into the charts and take a look. Chad's delayed about 10 seconds. I think that is I think that's because it might be on slow mode, which might mean it takes moments for you to be able to respond. I don't know. I'll get better at this, I promise. But for right now, we're just gonna have to address it because we're live and we're going. So anyway, yeah. So let's talk about what's been going on. First of all, would like to draw attention to this beautiful figure right here. Market cap has been up significantly in the past few days. We were hovering down a lot closer to the $225 billion mark, which was getting a little sketchy, you know, given where it was getting, and now we've seen some pretty bullish momentum. Getting it back up, so currently at about $316 billion. Not bad. I'm hoping to see it back to the $350 billion it was at by February. And you know, the charts are, well, they've been looking great. You know, I know you guys have seen me on here a few times recently, and how many times do I say, don't chase a run, don't FOMO in, don't chase a run? I had to slap myself on the wrist yesterday because I was having a real hard time not FOMOing into a few things. So yes, BNB coin is the savior. It's fantastic, especially if you trade on Binance. So but yeah, anyway, I definitely almost FOMOed into a few buys yesterday, but again, trying to stick to my professional trading strategy of know your entry and exit points and remaining emotionless about it, which is difficult. So let's see. Snay is here. He is not in the office at this moment, but he is back in SoCal. He and Sam are out running some errands, and so I'm your Friday face today. Anyway, yeah, so Bitcoin dominance looking pretty strong, back at a 42%, and we'll see how that sticks around as more exchanges start to release fiat pairings, which I think is going to happen more and more. You know, I hear a lot of different rumors about it. I heard Bittrex was going to be launching an actual USD pairing, not a USDT pairing, which I would be excited about, but I just heard that as a rumor somewhere. I have no confirmed, no confirmation on that, but I do trade on Bittrex, and that actually is part of what I want to highlight today. I saw a bunch of people when I was talking about the new Bittrex interface saying that they hate it, and that a bunch of stuff wasn't there anymore, that it didn't work, etc., etc. I have had some time to play with it and did a little trading yesterday with the new Bittrex. I'm not going to sign into my live account here because, again, you know, I don't like to disclose, but I will jump over to the Bittrex account and take a look around and see if maybe I can point out a few of the things that perhaps everybody was missing, or maybe they've found it by now as well. Anyway, yeah, so you guys know that I love to bash Verge, and today is no different. So I wanted to bring up this fun fact. Verge was asking for, they had announced a huge partnership that was coming out and raised a huge amount of capital, and somebody did the due diligence to go find the wallet addresses and see that the person that had all of that is now selling it off. As you can see here, these are huge numbers of Verge being sold off. If that is accurate, yet another bad look for Verge. Yeah, it's been a comedy of errors lately with this. Yet they're still pretty run up. Again, alluding back to the rabid community. Yes, good man, Rick Schmitz. I was in a similar boat. As soon as it got up to that run, once it was at about 1,300 sats, I 86 the bag that I had left. So it does feel good. I feel so unencumbered today. the Bash Verge stream. Well, just for sections of it. I mean, listen, I got opinions and I got a platform to share them, so why not? Yeah. Anyway, another thing that I found, speaking of bashing Verge, one thing that never excites me a ton about any currency is when you look at the rich list and the majority of the wealth is held in a short number of wallet addresses. So if you go look at the Verge rich list, something like 78% of Verge is held by a few people. Like, look at that. Look at this drastic drop off. 23%, 4%, and on down. Significantly lower as it goes, people holding smaller and smaller amounts. So that means that any of these people up here would have a whole lot of ability to manipulate the market if they wanted to. Not something that I'm super excited about being involved in personally. All right, enough about them. Let's talk about some more bullish crypto news. I did notice this exciting factor was that Yahoo Japan had bought a minority stake in a Tokyo cryptocurrency exchange. After reading through the article, what it looks like is that Yahoo is planning on launching their own crypto exchange. Again, this is just the rumor right now, but it looks like they are trying to maybe buy out this exchange in Tokyo, or at least get their best operating practices in advance of launching their own crypto exchange. So interesting. We know Yahoo has not been doing well as far as the search engines go of late, and so it will be interesting to see if this is going to be similar to that tea company or Kodak that saying that they're launching on the blockchain specifically so that they can drum up some more interest and hopefully fix their tanking stock price. I don't know if that's what's happening, or maybe Yahoo does actually see some value in the blockchain. Let's hope so. I know we all certainly see some value in the blockchain. So hopefully that's a good indicator overall for market sentiment. Again, more news has been on CNBC, MSNBC relating to blockchain lately, which I think is also a good thing as more non-crypto people start to get exposed to it. That's a good thing. Snay had mentioned on the stream last night that his dad called him up asking where can he buy Cardano, which, you know, Snay's dad gives zero F's about crypto, but was was interested in the money making opportunity. So when regular people are hearing about things like that, I think that might account for the massive pump. I know you guys were asking me about that 2 nights ago, asking me, I believe it was Wednesday night, about why was Cardano mooning, and I suspect it's probably because they're getting talked about in the mainstream media. Crypto YY, I'm not sure what you're asking me, what exchange. If you want to elaborate on that question, happy to answer that question. But let's go ahead and pop over. I see Johnny B asking about Bitcoin. Let's just take a look at the chart because I know that's what you guys are here for. All right, so as you know, I like to look at things on the macro scale first. So I usually will start with the daily candles just to get an overall idea. We are still in an overall market downtrend, but it does seem like we had some really good volume in the last couple of days. Perhaps we see a turn bullish. You know, Snake keeps saying 12K will be his confirmation that the market has returned to bullish. I'm just hoping for 10K at this point. I think that's the main psychological level that will help people. Stop being so fearful with their money. hopefully. But we'll see. 12K would definitely be, once it's past 12K, I think sky's the limit from there, and we go in moon. But until then, I'll settle for getting over and staying over 8K and pushing up towards 10K in the near term. Let's see here. But anyway, so let's take a look. I hope you guys were able to take advantage of the run. There certainly was a hell of a run the last couple of days. Heck of a run, pardon my French. And let's just take a look at it here. You had asked if it's worth buying in now. We have seen some significantly decreased volume over time, although that's a nice little bull volume amount there. But let's take a look at it on the shorter time frames and see if we can confirm it. So here was the huge green candle from yesterday, and it does look like we've got a pullback. You can see RSI was extremely run up and was staying high. This was me yesterday. This whole area here was me going, don't buy, don't buy. I know it's hard, guys. Everybody wants to get in when stuff starts mooning and not miss it, but realistically, if you weren't in it over here or you didn't catch it about here, it's not worth jumping in and trying to chase it down, because otherwise, with breakouts like that, you could go moon and you could have it bounce right back down and end up losing your investment. So always good to wait for some confirmation. But again, I think you would have missed the trade if you were waiting for confirmation. Regardless, currently looks like we've got significant drop off on the histogram there on MACD, and we do see the bear cross looking like it's going to form sometime in the near term future. RSI has started to drop back down. That's on the 4 hour, and I believe it just confirms as we go down below. Yep, see there, we've already got your bear cross there and dropping down. I have been trying to put some buy orders in anywhere in here. I can tell you what those are here in just a minute, but just trying to pick back up because it's been overbought for so long, and sooner or later we're going to see some red candles out of that. So I would like to take advantage of that. I am one to enjoy that sort of move. Again, I was mentioning it about killer whales doing stop loss hunting. They're doing that at these key fib levels. So here, let me just go ahead and pull up a fib retracement on this guy. Bear with me a minute. There we go. In fact, why is that not starred? So I did call this one exchange knowledge. So I did want to show you guys a couple of neat tricks that I have picked up. One of which, as you may already know this, if you're using TradingView and you have a paid account, all the indicators that you like to use, not only can you save them on your charts, but you can also star them. And same thing for your whoops, didn't mean to do that. Same thing for your intervals, right? So, like I said, I like to look at it on the larger time frames from daily going down to figure out what are my good entry and exit points overall. And then when I'm going in to actually set the trade, I look at the small 5 and 15-minute ones, although I think largely those are irrelevant. It's just too small of time frames. That those are mostly useful if you're trying to get market orders. So if you are FOMOing into a pump, then maybe your 5 and 15-minute candles are useful, but otherwise I'm really just using them to confirm. So back off my tangent. Let's see. Yep. So all signs pointing to further dip at this point. RSI getting down to about 40. That's not bad, but yeah, we did show the bear cross there on the 1 hour. And if we do go down into the smaller ones. Now, guys, keep in mind, sub 1 hour candles, you're going to see a lot more action, bear cross, bull cross happening on the RSI, or rather on the MACD, and also you're going to see a lot more movement in the RSI as we get to those smaller intervals. So these aren't going to matter quite as much on the smaller intervals as they will on larger ones. So just keep that in mind. Are shorts scared after the hit they took yesterday? Probably. they got wrecked yesterday. I mean, we'll see. I don't know. I mean, with this pullback happening, are we going to maintain bullish market sentiment? I hope so. I certainly hope so. You know, ETH has had a heck of a run. BTC has been doing well. Definitely some opportunities to take some profits in there for traders. But I'm hoping overall market sentiment does maintain bullish. However, that being said, I am still enough of a villain to hope that I can catch one more bounce down into the 6K range before it moons off to 20 again. Move the chat box so you can see the chart. Okay, let me see if I can figure out how to do that, because I'm terrible at this. How about I just do this? I'll have to move it back, but there you go. Sorry, I promise I'll get better at the actual setup of this whole thing in the near-term future. In the meantime, there's the rest of your chart. Yeah, moving the chart, nice and easy way to move it. But yeah, so you guys can see here. Let me jump back to what I was talking about here, so we can look on the 4-hour. Here you see super run up RSI. Here you see massive gap in the moving averages, and then you start to see decreasing volume on the histogram there as it starts to curl down. This will generally give you an indicator of what's going to happen here, sometimes a little bit sooner. So use those two things together. Yeah, I didn't draw any lines on this one. Sorry guys. I do all my charting on my own trading view. I haven't been using this one. But if you guys would like to see, here, let's go ahead and do that. Let me just jump to the daily. I'll jump out here and I'll show you effectively what my charts have been looking like. So I've got our overall downtrend, and that is a black line, which is useless. So I have it as purple on my chart for no apparent reason. My chart, in fact, I've got my laptop sitting right here, so I can literally just mimic this chart. Bear with me. And BTC. And yeah, so most of mine I've got, let's see, I've got a resistance line just below 7. And just so you guys know, I'm not totally full of, it's all right here. So there's my chart on my laptop. So just so you know, I'm not just sitting here making shit up on the off to the side of the screen. I am actually trying to mimic the chart that I've done on my own laptop here. So here, instead of wasting a bunch of time doing this, get out of here. I think this is what you guys want to see. So let me jump to this, and let's get that fib. And you're wanting to know what are the good buy levels, and what would be my, is it worth buying in now, and if so, what are the buy and sell points? So we'll look at the candles on the daily, and then here's where you can start to see, this is where you're going to start to see these psychological levels, guys. Everybody is using this Fibonacci numbers. The Fibonacci retracement is a pretty common tool in traders. DGG did not fail us. I'll get into that in a minute. But anyway, so you know, as you get close to these, you know, 0.618, the 0.5, the 0.382, that's where you're going to start to see. That's where you're going to start to see a lot of movement and action. They'll generally bounce around in between them, but I mean, look at this. It lines up pretty good right here. We had resistance, and again, resistance at the 786, which was what, 79.30, so right around 8 grand. Lots of psychological level that could get involved in that. So as far as where I have my buy orders set right now, let's see. I've got it at 7,000, 72.62, and 76.15. Now I should specify I've only got those set for the day, so those will go away. I have how do I say this? The strategy I've started to tweak my strategy a little bit recently, and just going into every day like it's a new day, as opposed to having taken the long view historically. Again, I am still taking a long view, and I am still bullish on crypto as a whole, but I like to take each day. So since we had this massive run up here yesterday, you know, everything that happened back over here is largely irrelevant at this point, because this is the state of the market as we stand. So I like to set either buy or sell levels, depending what I'm trying to do, either right above or right below these levels, with enough of a gap so that you don't get hunted out by those killer whales. So anyhow, is it worth buying in? Again, it's still awful high. I wouldn't enter any trade on this thing until, you know, a little bit closer to here myself. But you know, do what you got to do if you want to FOMO in. Who am I to tell you not to jump? All right, let's see. Let me move this back over a little bit. Yeah, you'll just have to bear with me on the numbers. I'm trying to make this as legible as possible, and I don't know how to move that dang chat window. Embarrassing. I'll get better at technology, guys, I promise. Anyway, what else do you guys want to take a look at? I know everybody's been asking about ontology. Everybody's been asking about Litecoin. Everybody's been asking about EOS. Check out the BTC weekly. All right. I never ever look out that long because I mostly just swing and day trade, but let's take a look. And let me 86 this fib. I mean, the weekly chart just pretty much shows exactly what we already know, that we're in a downtrend, right? I mean, we haven't pierced the resistance really at all on the downtrend since all-time highs. I mean, we've yeah, December, yep, since January, haven't even really bounced off it. Got a little close here, 3.5, but you know, overall downtrend. So yeah, until we start breaking out of that downtrend again, that's what I'm saying is, you know, we're coming to a decision point here. So I would say over the next week or two, we'll see. Do we end up breaking bullish? I hope so. We do have a real chance for it here, but you know, the volume is decreasing, so that's not looking great. Hopefully we can see some more bull volume come in. If we see more bull volume come in over the next week or two, and we rise out of this resistance, then who knows, man? Hopefully we moon in. But until then, I'm just swing trading and day trading, and trying to accumulate more Bitcoin and more Ethereum are my overall main goals in the process. So, all right, let's see. OMG, yeah, let's take a look at Omise Go. Wow. Okay, that's bananas. Yeah, I knew it was on a run, but good God, look at the wick on this thing. That's insane. Let's take a closer view. So I think this is what happened yesterday. I think so. My opinion on what happened here is that the Eastern market, the Asian market, the Asian market woke up. They saw Bitcoin making bullish movements, and you know, Japan said, well, Omise go, 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 go. Because good God, look at that. When we break it down into smaller candles, I think I did take a peek at this, but yeah, I was gonna say I think the majority of that movement was all one candle in 1 hour. That is so much price action in 1 hour. Yeah, starting to. I think that's looking bearish to me now. Overall, I think that. Yeah, I wouldn't buy in now. Again, you missed the bus, but you definitely had some opportunities to take some profits anytime before, what was that, 7 p.m. on the 12th. Yeah, so 7 p.m. yesterday, you definitely, if you were holding OMG on the long term, you definitely had some opportunities to take some profits. Is that all-time high? Boy, it sure is looking like it, isn't it? Let's go back out to a daily candle. Well, that's not all-time high, but boy, that's certainly up there. So, you know, if you were trading on Amise Go literally anywhere from October of 2017 up until about 7 p.m. yesterday, you had some really good profit-taking opportunities if you were at your computer. Golem, I think, is on a huge pump just because they released their mainnet, right? Good Lord. Sorry. My brain has literally just stopped working. I probably should have had some more coffee. Sorry, I'm just looking for the ticker on that. Yeah, GNT. All right. GNT, BTC on Bittrex. Yeah, well, I would say the Asian markets went bananas yesterday in general. So Golem and Amise Go both had huge pumps. Good heavens, look at that. Yeah, and again, both looking kind of bearish at this point. I mean, hard not to be bearish after that much to the upside. I don't know, that might have been a, I hate to say pump and dump, but this could have been, yeah, look at that. Volumes decreasing significantly. Yeah, it is looking pretty consolidated there. Let's have a look. Let's do the fib. Let's do the fib. I don't even know if this is accurate to run it all the way to the top of that wick, but here, let's just, for the sake of sanity, look at it in here. And what are we on? Hourly? I'll even go down to the 30-minute. Yeah, so I mean, basically, you can just see it. It's basically just moving in this between 0.5 and 618 channel. And this is exactly what I was talking about, guys. You can see as it starts to get down towards the levels, that's when market sentiment will change, encountering some resistance there. And basically, it's going to continue to go through there. Bulls are keeping it above the 0.5 line. But until it gets a little further breakout into that territory, I would hold off myself. This will confirm it wants to run again, but you know, I don't know until we see some more overall. You know, like I said, if the market continues in the uptrend it's been going on, especially if Bitcoin keeps running, which again we just went over this, and I don't know that it necessarily is going to, but if it does, you know, I mean, we moon in for everything, as we know. As goes Bitcoin, so goes everything else. And Amise Go and Golem clearly had some pumps yesterday from the positive Bitcoin market sentiment. All right, let's see what else. Oops, now I've lost the chat. Okay, there we go. Puerto Rico is calling. Puerto Rico is calling. My tan's already fading. Look at, I mean, guys, I don't know if you know, I'm about as pigmentally challenged as it gets. If I was any more pale, I'd probably be see-through. So it was nice to have a little bit of coloration in my skin. Yeah, let's see. What else? What else? Nobody chatting over on Twitter. I see 10 people watching, but nobody's chatting at me. So I'll just stick with the YouTube chat for now. What else we got here? DGB, yeah, you know, Digibyte. Okay, so I have one of our marketing guys is I call him the ultimate Digibyte shill. But he got me looking at it, and Digibyte even went on a run. So I actually have that on my chart here. No, I don't. I have that on my chart. All right, hold on. No, I don't want. There we go. On Bittrex. Let's have a look at Digibyte. Look at that. As with everything in the market yesterday, we had a bit of a run, but it does look like, it looks like some bulls have been trying to keep it alive. You know, we are seeing lower highs and lower lows. That overall indicates bearish momentum to me, and the volume is dropping off. So, you know, I hate to be the bearer of bad news today, guys, but it's looking like everything is turning bullish. That being said, if you did take any profit yesterday, anytime today would be a good time to reacquire, but it does look like we have some more downward movement to go. Yeah, I think, you know, everybody's saying, hey, OMG, XRP, everything had a great day yesterday, guys, because Bitcoin had a great day, and we all know the Bitcoin, everything's pegged to Bitcoin right now. Again, as we see more exchanges start to offer fiat pairings, I think that may change. In fact, I look forward to that, primarily just so we can start to see what projects truly shine on their own as more cryptos get widespread market adoption by the normies. Let's see what else we got here. Huboy token compared to BNB. Do you know what the ticker is for that? I do not mess with Huboy. I know Sam and Snay do. I don't trade on there at all. I don't, in fact, just for full disclosure, I only trade on GDAX, Bittrex, and Binance. I have a Gemini account and I never use it, ever. So that's it for me. I don't trade on Huboy, so I don't pay as much attention to that as I should. Chain, yeah, let's look at that. They just announced some partnerships, so I believe they should be looking. Oof, ouch! That took a little bit of a pasting, huh? What are we looking at here? 4 hour. Yeah, so. Unfortunately, this is just pretty much every chart I've looked at today, guys, is confirming. I know I don't trade on KuCoin, although I do like KuCoin's model of sort of passive income for dividends for the coins that you invest in on there. So, you know, I'm not opposed to it. I just kind of got exchange fatigue is ultimately what it came down to. I had tried to get in on multiple different exchanges, and at a certain point, it's too much to keep track of, guys. Like, I spend a significant portion of my day paying attention to crypto markets, different coins, researching projects, looking into ICOs, et cetera, and just watching charts. But, you know, at a certain point, there's other things I like to pay attention to, like my friends and family and my girlfriend, and, you know, like I probably should have listed her first. But, you know, I enjoy having some free time for life as well. So yeah, anyway, I can't trade on too many exchanges because it's too much to keep track of. KuCoin equals funeral home. Maybe, maybe. Or maybe it's just like the minor league, maybe, huh? That's where coins can go to be traded on until they start to have a bigger community and gain wider spread adoption. Who knows, man? I'm purely making this up. I've done zero research on KuCoin other than what I know from Sam and Snay's information on it. So I'm not really qualified to speak on KuCoin. How can you have friends if you're into crypto? Well, the short answer to that is I do have friends. A lot of them are into crypto. And I will tell you that a lot of my friends shush me. Right? I get shushed a lot when I go out, and because, you know, as I am here on and talking about coins and expressing why I think that we need to start pressing for more widespread adoption, and you know, asking your local bar if you can pay for that beer in Litecoin or whatever. That's me. That's me in real life, guys. I am often talking about the advantages of the blockchain and trying to help people understand why it'd be worth at least hedging their regular investments with it. So I get shushed. Definitely, I get shushed a lot by my regular friends. Yeah, exactly. Get your friends rich. I'm trying. You know, again, it's. I think this game, you know, last year it was a matter of like, guys, just buy Bitcoin. It's going to be fine. Buy some Bitcoin and don't think about it. Buy some ETH and don't think about it. But that's not really the case this year. I mean, we are in a bear market. We are in an overall downtrend. And with that, I think it takes a little more active trading strategy in order to make money. And most of the people that I know don't have the time for it. They don't care to invest. So you guys are ahead of the curve. You're here trying to learn, trying to get better, and not just have somebody tell you when moon, but to figure out why moon. And I think that's more important. So yeah, crypto, is it Walway? YY? Yeah. I like the new Bittrex too. And in fact, so that's what I said is I was going to spend some time getting into that. So why don't we just do that now, and then we'll come back over and take a look at more charts. Yeah, a little bit of let's see, a little bit of my girlfriend makes posts on Steemit to earn herself a crypto portfolio. That's fantastic. In fact, I wish more people would start utilizing Steemit. Everybody hates Facebook at this point, right? Don't we all? I mean, I can't stand it. Literally the only reason I go on there anymore is for work-related stuff. It stresses me out because it's mostly just people bitching about politics or showing pictures of their cats and children. And, you know, if they're really my friends, hopefully I can go see their cats or children in person if I want to. So anyway, yeah, I forgot what I was started on that rant about, but let's just go ahead and get over into Bittrex here. So I've heard a lot of people saying that they move stuff around and they don't like it. Personally, so I have a graphic design background, so I do like the way it looks. I do like that they spent some time making it look pretty because aesthetics matter to me, but that's just me. So anyway, I think this is sharp. I think it looks good, and I think I need to now update my my Bittrex icon on my thumbnail. But let's jump into it. So why do I like it better aside from graphically and visually? And those definitely are motivators. I think it just is a little easier to navigate around now. You know, I heard a lot of people saying that they were having trouble with the max buy button, etc. Those things are still here. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I do like about it. First of all, their charting tools have improved significantly. Somebody was saying that, I think maybe they were saying it on Snae's stream. Don't worry, guys, I watch this stuff and pay attention to my partner's streams here as well. Somebody saying that they didn't like the options for the chart. I think maybe you just didn't know where to look for it because you have all the different options. I mean, I personally like to trade with candles, but if you wanted to switch it over to bars or even the waveform, you can do so. And you can switch it to logarithmic as well, which I do like. A lot of our guys in the Moon Lounge, Jordan and Amal, both always trade on logarithmic. I will trade on I will trade not on logarithmic as well, just because I like looking at the USD value on things when I'm considering market psychology for where other people will be setting their buys or sells. But logarithmic is a better way to get an idea of how much of a move that the market is making, as opposed to because let's say on this bull run for a Bitcoin, if we're looking at it, you know, oh, that's not Bitcoin. Here, let me get back over to this chart so it all makes sense. This right here, I can just show you the example right here. So this is on the traditional scale. But you know, the move from 69 to 7 grand, or from 69 all the way up to where it's at 7,800 right now, the percentage is much different. So if you look at it on logarithmic, it smooths it out, and you'll see that see how these gaps get a little bit larger. It can just give you a better sense of how much of a percent the move was, rather than you can actually even switch it over to percents as well, but it just smooths out the chart a little bit, so you can get an idea how much of a swing it was. So I know Jordan and Amal exclusively, I know Jordan exclusively trades with the logarithmic. I know Amal uses it. I don't know if he exclusively uses it, but those are some of the guys that are helping me get sharper at my skills. So yeah, I'll do my daily shill on this is join the Moon Lounge. Join the Cryptosomniac Advantage. We have 2 full-time TA guys in there, Jordan and Amal. They are both extremely sharp. Amal gets really in-depth and can help you understand a lot of the psychology of it. Jordan is really quick at showing what he thinks is going to happen, you know, watching the moves as they form. You know, this was a real clear example right here of a rising wedge. And I saw it, and I didn't ask for backup on this one, and so this was anticipated right here. This maybe not quite this much of a move, but this is a rising I'm sorry, ascending triangle right here, not a rising wedge, and that is a bullish pattern, and I missed it. But Jordan was there to make that call, and then also was there last night to keep an eye on some of this movement as well. So you know, if you like having access to be able to get on and say, hey, chart this right now and tell me what you would do, the Cryptosomniac Advantage is a great place to do it. You can do so by going over to cryptosomniac.com, clicking here to join the Advantage, and there's quite a lot of valuable information in there. We've got reports. We put out reports on a pretty regular basis, in-depth reviews on different currencies, overall traditional market reviews, in-depth ICO reviews, etc. So lots of good information in there. And then the real advantage is joining the Moon Lounge, because that is where you can get in and have live access to Sam, to Snay, to Jordan, to Amal, to myself, to our whole team. You know, we've got a team of people in there. I think we've got about 10 people in there full time, something like that, that are knowledgeable and that are you know, just like us guys. You know, if you're somebody that lives crypto 24/7, the Moon Lounge is a community that would welcome having you, because it's what we do. It's what we do. So let's see. As soon as I bought XRP, the market tanked FML. I'm not talking about Ripple. I'm not talking about Ripple. You're baiting me. For apples, I'm not going to answer that question at all. Let's see. Yeah, whatever. Let's get back over to what I was doing here on why I like Bittrex. So I heard a lot of people saying that they were having trouble with buys, sells. And I guess I would actually have to set up an account to be able to show this. But it used to be when you would look under the chart, that they would have the buys and sells. Get out of there. There we go. They would have, you know, your buy orders over here, your sell orders over here, and the order book was significantly down lower. This is all still here, so you would have your buy, sell, it all sits right in here in the middle, and that max buy sell option, it sits literally right where my mouse is, right here. It'll say max buy or max sell, depending on if you're selecting buy or sell. I probably should have set up a dummy account for this to demonstrate that, but I can do so in the future if we want to take a look. But anyway, yeah, I just think it's the organization of it is a little bit better, and again, graphically, it starts in night mode, which I'm always a fan of. I hate white background websites. It's ugly and I hate it, and especially since we're awake so late at night, I much prefer night mode. I have night mode on pretty much every app and every app on my phone and every website that offers it. I always stay. Thoughts on Skycoin? I have no thoughts on Skycoin. I have not looked into it. I'd be happy to go take a look and chart it. I'm going to assume that the ticker is Sky. Let's find out. Sky BTC. Nope. You want to give me the ticker on that? I'll be happy to look into it. No, if there's a way to see valuations on TRX and USD. There is night mode for YouTube. It's YouTube dark, just so you know. Again, I have ours set in that. It won't show because I'm on the Cryptosomniac one. Do we have night mode in the Moon Lounge? Actually, as a matter of fact, the Moon Lounge is just Slack right now. We are discussing moving it over to Discord, but right now it's just in Slack, and I believe Slack does have a night mode. And I should also say that Cryptosomniac.com is about to have a night mode. That's something we have been hounding our developers to get accomplished. So that will be coming along in the very near future as well, which I personally would be very excited about. YouTube has night mode. It's under your settings. I don't know, guys. That's not what I'm here to teach you about. So I'm sure you could Google it, or there's probably even a YouTube video on how to do it. But it's definitely in there. I cannot see a ticker for Sky Coin. Hold on. I'll try and Google and see if I can find what that ticker is. Yep, it is just SKY. So if it doesn't show on SKY versus BTC, if it's not on TradingView, I will not be charting it for you. And I apologize. Yep, looking bad. Sorry, looks like we are no dice on that one. So I apologize. I would love to chart that for you, but it doesn't exist on TradingView, so it doesn't exist where I can chart it. Let's see. What else? What else? Who else wants to know what? Check BTC. I did check BTC. You guys can rewind to the beginning of the stream, but in short, we have seen some pullback on it. Hopefully it's just consolidation, but you know, again, the greedy part in me is still hoping for one more dip, a little bit under 7K, so I can load my bags up. But you know, I am hoping for overall positive market trend, and yeah, look at that. I mean, we just keep showing higher highs and higher lows until we hit this one nasty red candle. So again, if we jump over to the smaller time frames, it's still looking good. It's staying up in the Bollinger Bands. Wait, nope, sorry, that's not a Bollinger Band on here. That's, let me add those real quick, because I do like to use those. There we go. Yeah, still up above the red line on the Bollinger Bands. So it's still in hold territory for me. If you bought in any time before this run, you can either take some profit or you can hold on to it. I have some fiat sitting out on the sideline waiting to pick up some more anywhere in here, because I do think it's going to drop again personally. But that's just because of that overall bearish trend we're seeing in the market in general. So we'll see what it holds. Let's see what else here. Night mode for everything. Yeah, night mode for everything. Night mode wins. Valuations. Elizabeth, are you asking about Tron? TRX Tron? You could always just try Googling it if you're really looking for what the TRX USD value is. I always, if I'm ever curious, I always just Google TRX to USD converter. Here you go. I found one. So we'll pull this down. I will set this right next to my chart. And let's see what TRX is like. So I know it's a bit of a pain, but if you really are, if you really must know, this is always one way to do it. TRX. Let's get the ticker. There we go. On Binance. And it's at 499 Satoshis right now. So then go over to your converter and whoops. Well, yeah, there you go. 1 Tron to US dollar. So I don't need the Satoshi value. What am I thinking? So it's worth 3.9 cents basically right now. Sorry, make that 0.039 cents. So 0.04, yeah, 4 cents. It's almost 4 cents. So yeah, that's my advice on that. If you ever need to know, just Google converter, and there's always a way to do that for most currencies that are significant. All right. Hopefully that was helpful for you. What else we got? What else we got? What else we got? Thoughts on Icon? Well, let's go take a look. I know that one is Icon BTC. There we go. Take a look at that on Binance. Boy, it's been a lot of movement on that. That's the 2 hour. Let's look at it on the daily. This could be a cup and handle forming right here, which would indicate overall bullish. It might be a good time to buy Icon actually right now. Let's see if we can get some more confirmation on that. This is the daily chart. Let's look at the 4 hour. 2 hour. I don't know. That's a lot of back and forth action. Hourly. Well, there's your cup and there's your handle. So this would have been the buy point here. This might be going towards head and shoulders, maybe inverse head and shoulders. Well, my usual plan is just compare it with the different indicators to help try to make that decision. So let's see. Volume has stayed pretty steady. This is a lot of bear volume right here. We did see the bear cross. RSI is continuing to curl around. This is on the hourly. Let's look at it on the 2 hour. 4 hour. Yeah, it looks like it's actually starting to consolidate a little bit, so it might be a good time to pick some up. And as we know, the way I like to determine where I'm going to pick up is to use the good old fib retracement. And I usually start from whatever the local minimum. I like to use whatever the most recent breakout was. And there we go. So actually, yeah, now probably would be a good time to, anywhere in here, I would say, to pick some up. Although I would keep an eye on that volume. You know, if, it's looking like we've got some more bullish volume coming in right now, which is good. Let's take a look at that on the smaller time frames. So again, guys, this is where I start to use the smaller time frames. Is actually more for volume than MACD. Yeah, that's still a lot of good volume, a lot of good trading volume on that. Yeah, if you're thinking now, if you think you want to pick it up, I think now would be a good time to pick up. I would say put in your buy order like 32, 33, and just make sure you've got a, you know, if it starts to run anywhere up here, I would set your stop loss. So if you set your buy order at like 33, anywhere between 32.98 and 33.08, then you know, once you get another green confirmation candle out of there, I would set my stop loss somewhere, you know, 33.20, something like that, because the market is volatile right now. Like I said, I don't know that it's going to maintain its overall bullish sentiment. I hope it will, but I don't know. We cannot predict the future. All we can do is react to the market as it stands. And just going back to Bitcoin again, we see some decreasing volume. We see a bear cross on the MACD. We see histogram starting to largely head down, although, and RSI is starting to curl back up towards that overbought area. So I think it's still got a ways to come down. Again, I'm probably going to kill those market orders that I said earlier, or not market orders, limit orders that I had set earlier. I usually leave them for like an hour or a day at the most, and just reassess as the market moves. So that's my advice there. So one more thing that I wanted to touch on, since this is the exchange knowledge thing, is I recently saw somebody talking about GDAX. Okay, give me a second. I will do Neo for you. Let me just jump into this real quick. I recently saw somebody talking about GDAX and saying that they were having an issue with their screen size not showing all the indicators that they want. And this is so obvious. that I can't believe more people don't know it, but again, I mentioned I come from a graphic design background, and so I'm a big key commands guy, and force of habit will command or control plus or minus to zoom in and out of things. Very often that doesn't have that feature built in, but your browser does, especially if you're using Chrome. So this is the GDAX exchange, and if you hit control minus, it will start to zoom. Whoops, I'm hitting plus. It'll start to zoom to where you can actually see all of your indicators on one. Now, you can put this on a bigger monitor. So if if I have a bigger monitor up here, you can move this over to your bigger monitor and it will automatically scale. But if you are working remotely, or you're say trading in a coffee shop from your laptop or something like that, you can actually see what your fills are, which this is how I try to keep an eye on when I'm trading on GDAX, because I think I've mentioned the last few days, I've been primarily only trading in and out of BTC to USD for until basically 2 days ago. For quite a long time. I've just left my Bittrex alone. I've left my Binance alone. Mostly. I did get back in to dump. I got it back into my Bittrex to dump my Verge, and I did get into Binance for a Digix DAO play yesterday. Yesterday on the Digix DAO. When is BTC coming back down? I think it's coming back down right now. I mean, I don't think it's going to tank again necessarily, but it's literally right as we speak. Look, this is happening. It's been up over 8. We've got bearish indicators, although, look at that. Histogram starting to come back up a little bit here. And that's another green candle getting printed on the hourly. So who knows? I think, well, we might see what we've been seeing play out around, what did I say right up until here? We had this long sideways movement, and it kept tapping off resistance at 7K until it broke out. So, I mean, look at that. Let's see. I'll draw some lines. Can you guys see this okay? Yeah? Okay, good. So let's see. If the new resistance is about 8 to 81, and then do we have another ascending triangle forming? Could be. So maybe I'm just being overly hopeful. This I would say let's watch for this to play out. Again, this is only on the hourly right now, but let's watch for that to play out. Because if that's another, I mean, that's exactly what happened right here, guys. We had it trade sideways around 7 for, what was this, maybe 2 days, 3 days, 4-9, 4-10. Yeah, 3 days. It traded sideways, and then kaboom. We had that squiggle boom. That is the squiggle boom Sam refers to right there. So that's what happened. Looks like we might be forming another one of those over here. I'll keep an eye on those green candles. Keep an eye on those green candles. But yeah, anyway, that was the point. I just wanted to jump over and say, hit control minus or command minus, depending on if you're using an Apple or not, and you can look at all of your recent fills for the currency that you are trading, in addition to your open orders, while you're looking at the depth chart and the candles, which I think is pretty helpful. And again, I still do a lot of this, look at it on GDAX, then jump back over and confirm what I'm seeing on TradingView, because the TradingView charting tools are significantly stronger. And I think of the same thing with Bittrex. I think the charting tools have improved significantly, but I still think they are stronger over on TradingView, and so I will primarily be using that. But here you can get a line tool. Where's my fib? There we go. It's still got a lot of these functionality, not quite as snazzy as TradingView. You can't colorize it, etc. But I think I like it. I like it. But again, I'm biased. I'm a sucker for a pretty face. I'm a sucker for a pretty interface. So after a couple of days of trading with it, I've gotten comfortable with navigating around it. I'll set up a dummy account so I can actually show you guys next time what I'm talking about with buy order, sell order, max button, because I know that has been everybody's main complaint. Let's see here. F11 for full screen also grabs you. Oh yeah, good call, Boise. But yeah, anyway, so I think that has put me out to about an hour. I have not seen the Ethos wallet preview. I will make that a note of something I should take a look at. Also, somebody had asked me about Cash several times on my last couple of streams. I have now looked into Cash, and I like the idea of what the project is. I do think, again, that there's a lot of competitors in the space. Ultimately, that's what Cardano is trying to do. That's what Omise Go is trying to do. That's what a lot of these are trying to do. But I like the idea of something that could be a way to exchange from fiat of any sort to crypto of any sort, with the end goal of being able to purchase any item or any goods with it without having to go through an exchange. I think that's great. I mean, essentially, it would become the ultimate atomic swap. But you know what I don't like, guys, is I don't like the action that I've seen on this chart. I don't like it at all. Where was it? Oh, and of course, it's not here again. Here we go. And is that the one? Yeah, it just has a lot of strange movement. I don't know. It looks manipulated to me, is what it looks. It doesn't look so bad out on the 4 hour, but when you get on the smaller, the smaller time frames, it looks very strange to me. Like this, either there is so much indecision in the market, and literally buyers and sellers are battling over 100 satoshis, or there's a lot of bots trading on this. I'm leaning towards bots myself, but again, that's just my opinion. But yeah, I don't know. I like the point of the project. Time will tell. We'll see. We see a lot of competitors in the space, in the market, and I think competition is a good thing overall. But you better have a damn strong team, and that goes from advisory all the way to devs and execution and partnerships, etc., in order to properly compete in that market. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm staying away from it myself. It looks manipulated to me. All right. Well, guys, I think that's going to wrap it up for me for Friday. I've been on for like an hour now, yeah? Unless anybody else has any super critical things they want me to look at right now. Going once? Going twice? Going 3 times. All right, y'all. Happy Friday. So, what do I think of John McAfee? Sergey? I'll go into a short rant. I think John McAfee is a problem for the blockchain space. That's what I think. I think he is a known manipulator. I think his grasp, or rather his reach, is so long and so broad that he is able to actually manipulate the market because a lot of people listen to him. And I think that he is a paid shill. That's what I think. That's what I think about John McAfee. I think he's a paid shill, and it's been proven. He's charging $105,000 for a tweet, and I guess it's nice work if you can get it. But I wouldn't touch anything he talks about. I don't touch anything Tika Tuari talks about. There's too much potential for manipulation when people like that get involved in the market. I mean, think about it, guys. It's literally, Taylor Swift could get into the market, tweet, buy a coin, and pump the price of it. Anybody with that much of a reach needs to be more responsible with what they are, what they're tweeting about, et cetera, et cetera. So, all right. I did say Neo. You're right. Let's have a look. Neo has been on a pretty good run right now as well. I will say this personally. I'm not touching. I'm not touching Neo. For me, If I'm going with speculative, I'm EOS. I'm all for EOS. Especially now that they have severed ties with Brock Pierce. You know, he's a bit of a controversial figure. He's got a checkered past. I think that's largely irrelevant, except that unfortunately once who's the funny man? Last week tonight, John Oliver. Yeah, once John Oliver got on his show and said, seriously, look into his past, I don't think that was a good look for to be affiliated with him, unfortunately. And I saw him many times in Puerto Rico, and you know, hey, far be it for me to judge anybody by what they look like, but the dude is clearly a burner, and while I don't have a problem with that, because I go to Burning Man, and you know, I buy into that ethos as well, but when I'm here speaking about my professional opinion, et cetera, I'm doing it in a collared shirt, and I'm staying clean cut. I'm not out here in my playa gear, and I think there is a nice line to be drawn between looking professional and sounding professional when you're the spokesperson for a multi-million or $1 billion company. It's just, you know, dress the part. At least when you're giving presentations, etc. So anyway, that was what I started to get into before the power went out on me the other day. But ultimately, I'm a fan of EOS. I think they did raise an awful lot of capital for an ICO, but if they are using that in the way that they intend to use it, or that they claim that its intended purposes, it'll be great, because they'll be funding projects to get built on their blockchain, and they're trying to run a blockchain with 0 user fees, which I think is great. So anyway, let's see. Yeah, Neo. Well, let's have a look-see. RSI is actually looking good. It looks like you actually, oh boy, oh, that's 15 minute. Nope, looking on slow. Small candles, irrelevant data. So on the 4 hour, I see it's looking like it's coming up on a bear cross. It's been way oversold for pushing up on 24 hours right now, right? Yep. Oh man, 48 hours. So 48 hours worth of oversold, histogram curling down, about to show a bearish cross there on the moving average, and we do show 3 red candles in a row, which indicates further bearish movement to me. 2 hour confirming. Already had the bear cross. 1 hour confirming. Looks like it was trying to set up for a little bull trap right here, and continued the downtrend. So if you want my opinion on what are good entry or exit points if you are trying to buy in, let's see, we need to go to 411. We'll go, this will be our local minimum and local maximum. So if you're looking for if you're looking for a good stop loss, I would say set your stop loss somewhere at about 61. Is this a USD? Yep, sorry, I have it USD paired. Sorry guys, let me did I say oversold? Yeah, I meant overbought. Yeah, let's look at it versus Bitcoin, because who cares what it's worth on USD. Draw that same fib. There we go. All right. Yeah, I would look at actually, now might be a good time if it's, let's keep an eye on those candles. If any of these candles turn green, then it might actually be a good time to pick up some. If you were going to, you know, my strategy is always set it down closer to where, you know, where whales are stop loss hunting. So I would put it at about 7,900 sats, something like that. But I might wait for that candle to turn green. Yeah, red candle again on the 30. Come on, red candles on the 15. Yeah, I would wait would wait until we see on that 30-minute. If this candle turns green, might be a good time to buy. Otherwise, I would hold off. But I'm a little more conservative. Yeah. All right. Well, that's my opinion there. Yeah, that's exactly right. I would love to chart Elastos, but it's not on TradingView, so I can't chart it because I only really use TradingView. If it's on, I tell you what, is Elastos on Bittrex? Because I can maybe chart it there. Let's see. Negative. Well, sorry guys, no dice. I can't chart it on anything that I use. Tell me where Elastos trades, and I'll see if I can look. I can't speak for what Brock does in his personal life. I don't know him. I did meet him, and he seems like a pretty nice guy. I don't know what he does in his personal life. He's a burner, so I'd say chances are he might be a space traveler, but it's purely speculation. Purely speculation. Anyway. Yeah, guys, that's going to wrap it up for me. So I believe the usual course of action at this point is like us on Facebook, share on Facebook, share on Twitter, and comment with your ERC20 address on YouTube, and we will give away some free crypto. It's still the boys giving this stuff away. No, we don't live in the same house. No, we do not live in the same house, but we are a startup, so we are together frequently. Anyway, yeah, I'll still let Snay give away the crypto, but yeah, comment with your ERC20 on YouTube, and like it on Facebook, and share it, and give me a retweet on Twitter, and you'll be in the running. We'll do so. I'll try to find Elastos, guys. I can tell you this: I've got Elastos on. I've got one of my writers getting us a report for the Moon Lounge for Elastos, because I want to know more about it. And the nice thing about having a team of writers is when I don't have time to look into something, I get to say, hey, go find out about this for me. And it has come across my purview enough times that I want to know more about why people care about Elastos, but I don't know enough about it yet. So anyway, yeah, have a great Friday, guys. Thank you so much for spending time with me. And yeah, I'll see you guys. I will see you guys probably Monday. Yeah, hope everybody had a chance to take advantage of this nice run that we've been on. Could be some good opportunities to take profit and sit out over the weekend. As we know, crypto generally doesn't do awesome over the weekend. So that would be my recommendation to you, is if you did take advantage of that gigantic green candle there. Oh, that's Neo. But anyway, if you did take advantage of that giant green candle on Bitcoin, today might be a good day to take some profits and sit out over the weekend. Your call, as always. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your money. I'm just here to tell you what I'm doing with mine and what I think might be a good idea if I were in a certain position. So that'll wrap it up for me, guys. Have a happy Friday. Proof of pants. You know what, guys? I will do that. I know this is often a question. Not only pants, I even tucked in my shirt. Yep. It's getting untucked real quick though. So one last time, if you want to get better at technical analysis, if you want to have access to people so you can make these calls and go, tell me about ontology, tell me about Elastos, tell me about this, and you want to be able to actually reach out and get that reaction immediately, I can think of no better place than in the Moon Lounge. And you get into the Moon Lounge by joining the Cryptosomniac Advantage. So head over to cryptosomniac.com. Again, I should probably shield this factor. Another really cool thing that we have going on. We did add the RSI calculator, so you can get a quick glance at what's overbought or oversold and sort them. And then if you want to go take a quick look at your trading view to help you get more charting information so you can make a move, we have made that real easy for you there. And we're working on being able to change it for daily, hourly, so you'll have a bunch of different intervals you'll be able to choose from. So yeah, go ahead on over to cryptosomniac.com and join the advantage. It's free. We give you guys a 14-day free trial. Previously, we were only giving access to the reports. Now you can get in and access all of the reports and join the Moon Lounge on Slack and get in and be actively engaged with the community, which is super robust, as well as having access to our 24-hour live traders. We have Jordan and Amal on there. I get on there. Snay and Sam are on there. We're all on there, so you guys can have a little closer ability to reach out and connect when you do have questions. Yeah, it's a great community. It's vibrant and active, and you should join us because you can do so for 14 days for free. What have you got to lose? Try it out, find out if it's for you, and I think Suppo Shill, I don't touch anything that guy talks about either. I don't even like his face. But that's just a personal opinion, so let's not worry about that. Anyway, join the Cryptosomniac Advantage. 14-day free trial. What have you got to lose? Come in, join us, check it out, download all the reports, and become more knowledgeable, become more skilled. Get better at technical analysis, get better at fundamental analysis, get better at understanding why you're here in the first place and why projects are good. We help aggregate all of that information. Anyway, it's worth the time it will take you to go ahead and sign up and become a Moon Lounge member for the free 14 days. At the very least, it's worth your time for the free 14 days. And we hope that you will find enough value in there. You'll find enough value in there to stick around with us because we do really think it's a solid community, and we do really think it's worth the subscription price. So anyway, that will wrap it up for me, guys. Have a great weekend. You'll probably see Sam or Snay on over the weekend at least once or twice. I might even stream over the weekend. We'll see what happens. But thank you for spending time with me today. And until then, weekends hold no coins. So hold strong or take your trade opportunities where you can. All right, guys. Have a good one. We'll talk to you later.